There is an island in the sea. It rests in the blue water of the Mediterranean. Its name is Menorca. It is not as famous as its neighbors, Mallorca, Ibiza. Menorca is different. It is quieter. It holds on to its past. The island keeps its secrets close. It does not give them up easily. And the stones remember. Menorca lies off the eastern coast of Spain. It is a small island shaped by wind and water. The sea is never far away. The sky above is often vast and clear. Across this landscape, strange stone shapes rise from the earth. They are not like the houses we build today. They are not like the castles of later ages. These structures are ancient. They are older than the Colosseum in Rome. They are older than the pyramids of Egypt were when those famous cities rose. They are the island's bones. These are the works of the Talaiotic culture. They lived here more than 3,000 years ago. We see their world through these stones. Some buildings look like giant beehives made of rock. Some are long, low walls that cut across the fields. But the most haunting are the navetas. The people who built these monuments are a mystery. We do not know what they called themselves. They left no written language for us to find. There are no books. There are no letters carved into the stone. Their story is not told in words. It is told in labor. It is told in the careful shaping and placing of rock. They were master builders. They worked with their hands and with simple tools. They cut massive limestone blocks from the earth. They moved them without the help of wheels. They fitted them together with incredible precision. They built homes that were circular and strong. They built defensive walls around their villages. They look like great stone boats, turned upside down and set upon the land. They are tombs. They are monuments to the dead. The stones are massive. They lean against each other, forming a perfect curved roof. There are no nails, no mortar holding them together, only weight and skill. Inside, there is a small, dark chamber. This is where they laid their dead to rest. They brought their loved ones here. They left them with small gifts for the next world. You will not find buildings like these in many other places on Earth. They are unique to this small island. They stand near the sea, or in the middle of quiet fields. They seem to connect the land to the sky. When you are near one, the air feels heavy with time. The Nevada is the emotional core of this ancient world. Its shape is unforgettable. It looks like the hull of a ship flipped over. The name itself, Nevada, means little boat in the local language. This name was given later by people who saw the shape and imagined a vessel. But perhaps the ancient builders saw it the same way. Perhaps they believed the soul needed a vessel to travel to the afterlife. A boat of stone to carry them on a final journey across an unknown sea. Inside, the space is small and intimate. A low, narrow doorway leads into a chamber. Sometimes there is a second chamber on top, reached by a steep stone shaft. The air inside is cool and still. Light barely penetrates the darkness. Here, archaeologists found human bones, piled together. They were not skeletons laid out in order. They were disarticulated, bones separated. Over time, the bones were gathered to make room for more. This was a collective tomb. Not for a king or a queen, for a community, a family, a clan. Along with the bones, they left offerings, small ceramic pots, bronze bracelets and buttons, simple tools made of bone. These small objects connect us to their humanity. Standing before a Nevada is standing before a profound act of faith. The faith that this stone structure would protect their ancestors. The faith that this place was sacred. The effort it took to build one is immense. To quarry, to transport, to lift these heavy stones. It required many people over a long period. They did this not for a palace, but for a tomb. Death, and what came after, was central to their view of the world. Around 800 BC, something changed on Menorca. The great stone Nevadas were no longer built. The people began to bury their dead in other ways, in caves, in stone-lined pits. The villages changed too. The round houses gave way to different styles of buildings. The old ways slowly faded. This is the central mystery. Why did they stop? What happened to the people who built the stone boats for the dead? The clues do not point to a single dramatic event. There is no evidence of a great war, no widespread layers of ash and destruction, no sign of a massive eruption or tidal wave. There is no story of a powerful invader who conquered the island and forced them to change. The end of the Nevada builders was not a loud, sudden crash. It seems to have been a slow, quiet fading. A whisper, not a scream. Did new people arrive, bringing new ideas and new beliefs? The Mediterranean was a sea of movement. Traders were always on the move. Travelers were always on the move. Perhaps new gods arrived, and the old gods of the stone boats were forgotten. Or perhaps the society changed from within. Maybe their population grew. Maybe the climate shifted. The questions are many. The answers are few. Their DNA likely lives on, but their culture, the beliefs that built these monuments, vanished. Today, Menorca has managed to protect this ancient quiet. While other islands in the Mediterranean have filled with resorts, highways, much of Menorca remains open and natural. It has been declared a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. This means its natural and cultural heritage are protected. The old stone walls still crisscross the fields. The ancient monuments are treated with respect. They are not tourist traps with loud music, bright lights. They are places of quiet contemplation. People who visit Menorca often speak of this peacefulness. They find calm beaches, small winding roads. They find villages where life moves at a human pace. The past is not hidden away in a museum. It is part of the living landscape. You can be driving down a country lane and suddenly see a great talayat rising from a field. The modern world has not erased the ancient one. They coexist. You can walk to a site like the Naveta des Tudons, the most famous of the stone boats. You can stand before it as the sun begins to set. The shadows grow long. The stones seem to absorb the last of the light. The world grows still. In that moment, the gap of 3,000 years seems to shrink. You can feel a connection to the people who built it, a shared sense of wonder at the mystery of life, death. This is the gift of Menorca. Today, you can walk among these stones, stay in quiet boutique hotels, and experience a place shaped by mystery. We may never solve the puzzle completely. Perhaps the mystery is part of the meaning.